I'm live. Okay, what is good, everyone? I'm going to get this start bit out of the way for anyone viewing at a later point. Welcome to my channel, Wysol's Wisdom. My name is Nathan, and I will be talking about today the importance of exercise in the occult and why exercise, stretching, and having a functional body is important within the occult. Okay, so why exercise and having a functional body, stretching is important within like magical practices, spiritual work, Kundalini work, and anything related to that. Okay, so I'll talk about my experiences with not having a functional body, a fully functional body, and practicing the occult. What I've done to alleviate those issues that comes with having an unfunctional body within the occult, and practicing things like Kundalini work, and methods of and exercises to get you a better body, basically. So it's going to be kind of a talk on exercise and stuff like that. So why you need to have a functional body when working Kundalini work, occult work, or anything like that. Okay, so I'll start with Kundalini work because this is, again, an experience I can talk about. If you have a disaligned spine when you try to raise your Kundalini, one, it's not going to fully raise, and two, if you do try to raise it and it does raise partially and successfully, there will be pain. Whether it's prolonged pain, short-term pain, there will be pain and discomfort, physically and emotionally, potentially. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a little thing out in my booklet just to kind of give you an idea what I mean by a disaligned spine and what raising the Kundalini would be like if you were raising a disaligned spine. So I'm just going to draw a kind of not a straight spine, basically. So for example, you may have vertebrae out of place, stuff like that. So a unstraight spine, and that top is the head, and let's just call that bit the pelvis, legs. Okay. Not sure if you can see this well. This is the spine, pelvis, head. Okay. So this is a disaligned spine. Now imagine your Kundalini is sat at the base here. Okay. Now if it is trying to raise and it is disaligned, it's going to stop at that point where it can't raise and cause discomfort. Okay. You're not going to be able to raise your Kundalini with a disaligned spine. It's not going to happen, and it will cause issues for you. Okay. So to realign your spine, you need to find your imbalances. Okay. This finding your imbalances can be pretty awkward if you don't really know what you're doing. And retraining your balances can be a bit awkward. But you may need to have someone look at your spine to kind of see which vertebrae are sticking out which way, and then you'll be able to then see. So let's take this vertebrae. I'm not naming all the vertebrae, okay? I cannot remember all the names of the vertebrae, okay? But 33 vertebrae. Each vertebrae is attached to a specific muscle, okay? And let's just say, I'm going to draw it better this way. So let's just say this is connected to here, and these are the muscle fibers. Those are the muscle fibers that ping off it, okay? Some may be tight, which is causing this bone to be pulled in, okay? Which means you may need to work the tight side, start stretching out your sides, okay? If you have a disaligned spine, you need to start doing a shitload of spine stretching, sideways spine stretching, just to make sure your Kundalini does not get stuck when you're raising it, okay? Because it will happen and it will cause discomfort, okay? I've experienced this myself. I raised it to here, where the heart was, and I had a disalignment about here, okay? And it was basically like it caused a massive burning sensation for me. It wasn't that bad. I've heard worse, but for me, it wasn't that bad. Okay. Now, once I realigned my spine, okay, and then I started to raise it back up through a straight spine, shit you not, this shit feels like electricity coursing through your veins. Okay. I had electricity go up my neck into my crown and basically give me a crown of electricity. And then that crown of electricity shot into my third eye. Okay. And then I started having visions. If you watch my last live stream and you've seen my videos on what I was in the past life, and then I started having visions of myself as a dragon. Because at this point, I was like, what is this in my head? And then I asked myself a question in my mind: was I a dragon in a past life? And then, yeah, I'll link the video, or you can check out my channel. What was in a past life? That explains that. Okay. So you need to figure out which vertebrae are out of line, and you need to start bringing them into alignment. Okay. You becoming energetically aligned is simultaneous or synonymous, or simultaneous, with becoming physically aligned. Okay. You cannot be energetically balanced without being physically balanced. Hello, Ayla. How are you doing? Just talking about the Kundalini and what happens if you don't align your spine first before raising the Kundalini. As we're saying, so you need to find out which points of your spine are disaligned. You may need someone else to do this for you. And then from there, you can essentially feel from the bone, trace it down. You can feel your muscles. You can just like put your hand on your back and you can trace sideways and you can kind of tell what area of the muscles you're going to need to start stretching. Typically, it's going to be your obliques. They're called obliques, which are the ones that go on the side of your body. This is a very awful picture of a body, but those muscles that go on the side of your body, called obliques, you need to stretch those out if your spine is disaligned at the lower point. Okay. Upper spine disalignment, typically caused by kyphosis and the other one. So essentially, your head, you're going to need to stretch it this way, and you're going to need to start working on your rhomboids. It all gets very deep with the physical exercise. So your rhomboids are here, and once you start to, well, actually no, your rhomboids are kind of there. Once you start to squeeze these muscles together by bringing backwards, squeezing those muscles together, you push your bones at the top back in place. Okay. So to fix the upper spine, you need to start doing basically physical exercise for your back. Okay. And then to fix the lower spine, you need to start stretching your obliques. Okay. And this will realign your spine and make it a straight spine to enable you to raise the Kundalini properly. Okay. And this enables you to do occult work in a more efficient manner through raising Kundalini, raising the dragon energy. Again, that is a pretty awful picture. I might have to do a better one another time, but I've gone to chiropractors. Yeah, I've had chiropractors before, and that is how I found out my spine was messed up before. That is literally how I found out my spine was messed up. Acupuncture and exercising, and they helped me. But it goes back into pain eventually. Do you do maintenance work? What I mean by maintenance work is maintenance exercise. So basic exercising, like more functional exercises. You don't even need to exercise. It's more like being active in a way that you like, because a lot of people can exercise through like dance, yoga. You don't have to kind of push weights and do push-ups. There are a lot of different ways of exercising. You can just do walking, jogging. But if you are to do kind of walking, jogging, you should be doing, you should be working in the 3 planes of movement. Okay, again, these again correspond to a lot of 3 things regarding Hecate. But the 3 planes of movement is the horizontal plane, the vertical plane, and the lateral plane. So moving up and down, moving left and right, and moving in a kind of unilateral, so diagonally, is the 3 planes of movement that you're going to be working in. So I am going to give kind of my secret sauce of exercises for the 3 planes of movement, upper body wise. Lower body wise, you are using the 3 planes of movement, but they're not kind of stuck in the 3 planes of movement. So a horizontal push, so think of it like the horizon line. A horizontal push, you're using your body as the origin point. So even if you're laying down, so think of this as your body, and you're using the body as a horizontal point, and this is horizontal for your body. So when you're laying down, your horizontal point is still here. So doing press ups is your horizontal plane exercise, or like a chest press would be the exercise on the horizontal plane. But that's for your front body. And then, so I should have explained this a bit better. A push and pull exercise in each plane. So pulling and pulling, pushing, ebb and flow in each plane. So your push would be press ups, and then your pull exercise would be something called a row, where you'd hang onto a bar, you'd be down here and you'd pull yourself up. That would be your pull exercise. And then, what is this? Jeez. How do you kick people? Fuck. Oh God. Reports. Spam. Jeez. Abby, hello, hello. I'm just removing the weird spammer. Report. Does report in it just like block it as well? I don't know. There we go. As I was saying, okay, what was I saying? I was on the, okay, horizontal and the, so yeah, your horizontal pull exercise is a row. And for the vertical plane exercises, it's going to be a upper body push and pull. So a shoulder press and a lat pull down. So a pull up. I will probably do a video on these exercises, just as a video individually to explain it a bit better. But that is the upper body horizontal, planes of movement exercises. And then the lower body exercises are a glute rep. I'll do a video on this because it's like a list of exercises that are like my secret sauce exercises that does the whole body and is like the best bang for your buck time. But it's like glute bridge or hip thrust and a squat and like side kicks. It's very basic shit. And tiptoes as well. Tiptoes, standing on your tiptoes is one of the most important exercises most people can do because most people don't use their toes. Like most people wear shoes that don't even allow you to use your toes properly. So doing tiptoes is the best exercises you can do. One of the best. I'm just going to read the chat a bit quickly because Ayla said something. Yes, I need to, but I also feel there are emotional causes too. I like bearing the weight of the world and being supported by anyone. Never been, but yes, exercise does help. Yes, I need to. Yeah, there is emotional causes. There will be, but doing some exercises can relieve those emotional causes, I find. But yeah, I get the emotional shit happens and you just really, really can't be asked sometimes. Admittedly I've been like that for a while. Like I've neglected my body so much a lot of the times. Even lately, like recently, I've been like, shit, I feel weak. I'm like, I need to start doing more push-ups and stuff. But yeah, we all go through the phases of just like the things happen, and we stop looking after the vessel, the temple. But it's just something that we need to keep doing. Also, a central line energetically can be out of place. Yeah, and that energetically, I find when we are energetically out of place, we're physically unbalanced as well. I've always had an imbalance with my right side of my body, legs specifically, because of injuries and stuff. And then when I did Cambo, I was supposed to do healing for my masculine side of my body, but it like shot to my left hand side. So it's there that was related to my mum. But yeah, there's always imbalance. You always find that when you're energetically imbalanced, you're physically imbalanced as well. You won't notice it because you're so used to the way your physical body is, because the little changes you don't notice. Like I didn't notice the little changes regarding my right side of my body. Like I can barely lift my right leg up past my hip because of it. Like I've just not realized that it's got that fucked. It's just, yeah, my right leg is destroyed. I mashed it up in school from football, and then when I was a personal trainer doing spin classes, I did tell my manager that I have an injury. I should not be doing the spin class, and she was like, "Just sit on the bike, put it on a low spin, and you'll be fine." Or she told me to just stand off the bike and tell people what to do. And if you've ever done a spin class before, you don't want your instructor to be standing there, not on the bike, telling you what to do. You need to be shown what to do. And so I got on the bike, I put it low, and yeah, my leg fucked up after that. It like got cold, and it's like there's a muscle that doesn't like to grow. Not sure why, but it's like struggles to grow. But yeah, so it's just something that I've got to work on. Exercise and very important for our spirit. Yes, indeed. So on to another part of why exercise is highly important is no, not exercise. Or well, exercise is exercise. Stretching. Stretching is the next point I want to get onto, because this enables. I may need to get out my notes from the stuff that I've been writing, but this so your nervous system is what is sending the electrical signals around your body. Okay. Now, when you are not fully flexible, your nervous system cannot send the energy around your body properly. So when you're not fully flexible, if you can't do the split, I can't even do the split. So I can't say that I can allow energy to circulate through my body the best that it can. I can't do the splits sideways. I can't do the splits front ways. Everyone should theoretically be able to do contortionist movements like a yogi. So unless your body can do that, your energy cannot fully go around your body in the most efficient way, which is something to think about, because like 99% of the people aren't able to do that sort of thing. Like as a kid, as a baby, you were able to like put your leg over your head. As a kid, I remember being able to get into like that yoga crab position. I was doing that in the playground for some reason. I don't know why, but I used to do that in the playground with some girl called, I remember her name. It was like Isabella or something. Something like that. It started with an I. This was like when I was like 6. I don't know why I remember her name. But yeah, like being able to do like the upside down crab, you could do when you were a kid. A lot of these like contortionist movements you were able to do when you were younger. And over time, through social conditioning, we fucked up our body. We sat down a lot. We didn't go walking properly. Like most people don't even breathe properly. Like most people don't breathe properly. Like they breathe heavy into their lungs and not into their diaphragm. like a singer. Like when you meditate, you don't want your chest to be raising. Like I'm just breathing into my stomach right now. It does raise slightly, but yeah, just breathing into your stomach. Yeah, I'm not flexible at all. I do yoga after running again, but yeah, I'm not flexible at all. Like I was, and then I neglected my body for a bit again. So I did that earlier last year when I wasn't recording. I kind of was a bit lazy at that point. I was just having a bit of a time for myself and time that I needed for myself. Last year, I was doing so much stuff like rituals, like nearly every day, and then I was doing the LBRP for like 3 months straight, and then like December, I just energy short circuited and was like, I can't be asked to do anything. Like I just like I couldn't be asked for like 6 months. I was like constantly doing daily like stuff, and I then yeah, I was just like by the end of that half a year, I was like exhausted. Not flexible. I also used to do random yoga poses and certain hand clapping naturally. Funny how that changed. Yeah, I used to do random shit as a child. As strange as this sounds, and you're both females, so you're gonna think I'm a freak. I used to shit in bushes as a kid. When I was like 4 or something. I don't know why, don't ask me. But it's just something I did. I was a very big naturist as a kid. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we used to always do as kids that like I even a lot of things that I like now and that are like something that is like in my life now, like for example, crystals. I was into when I was young. Like I used to collect crystals at a corner shop. They used to do like weekly kind of, I don't know if I think both of you are in the US, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they do like they had corner shop magazines with stuff, like weekly news stuff. I don't know. But we have that here. Like they have like remote control cars, crystals, and random shit, like weekly new things, models and stuff like that. But yeah, I used to collect crystals when I was younger. I used to climb a lot when I was younger. I used to do yoga poses when I was younger. Did a lot of things we used to do when we were younger. But as I was saying, what was I saying about the nervous system? So energy and the literal electrical energy that flows through us needs to flow properly through practicing stretches or yoga. You can do yoga. Yoga is a practice. It's not stretching. Yoga isn't just the physical movements as well. Yoga is performing the mantras, performing the mudras and asanas, while simultaneously performing like yoga flows and stuff like that. That's yoga. Yoga is not just stretching, but stretching itself is beneficial for the energy body, and allowing your energy to circulate. It will also allow your blood to flow properly, and you breathe in prana. Okay, so when you breathe in, the prana is kind of the oxygen that's energizing your blood. We like to think that there is a mythical prana flow coming in, like an invisible, but it is very akin to something tangible, because when we breathe in, that energy, that oxygen is going into our blood, and if we're not fully mobilized, our blood is not flowing properly, which means that prana is not flowing properly. And again, synonymous with the nervous system, where the lightning is not flowing properly. Do you know of descending Kundalini awakening? How is that different from the root up? I've heard of people talking about descending their Kundalini and raising it up and down. I've heard about raising the Kundalini multiple times as well. I've never raised it multiple times myself. but I've heard people talk about descending. I've heard people talking about it, but I don't get it. After having that myself, I don't get it. Like, I don't get how you would descend the Kundalini and send it back down. I mean, theoretically, you probably could, but I don't get why you would want to. But I also do think it does go back down naturally, which is why you can raise it multiple times. So I'm not too sure about the descending the Kundalini, because I think it does naturally, like having your Kundalini constantly raised would be nuts. It would be crazy. You'd be crazy. Like you would be, you'd be such a high vibrational state all the time. I don't know. But I do believe it does raise, and then there is, you can say part of it, like a residual part of the energy kind of stays behind in the upper echelons of your mind, in your third eye. I mean, that's what happened with me. It, like, I had an electrical shock that it like literally went up my spine, crowned me, and then went into my third eye. Never had from the root, but for me it came down. Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I've had people talking of descending Kundalini, but I've never experienced it myself. So yeah. Colloidal platinum is great for Kundalini. Yeah, anything that's a good electrical conductor is very good for Kundalini. So the three main electrical conductors: copper, silver, and gold. So where's my bottle? You can basically supercharge yourself. I don't do this anymore because it does supercharge yourself, and it does get you a bit kind of, turn you into a bit of an airy fairy. But drinking from a copper vessel, putting some colloidal silver in, and monatomic gold in, that shit gets you supercharged. You start just becoming a energy conductor. It can be good and bad because you're conducting any energy. You literally become an electromagnetic conductor, a supercharged electromagnetic conductor. I had a internal body experience at the same time. I have no idea what it's named in Sanskrit either. I've never seen my like auric body, you could say. Maybe I have, and I'm just can't remember. But I don't think I have. I've had people tell me about my aura and tell me that like I should be a healer and stuff like that. Like I was volunteering a dog. It was like a dog show thing. And some woman came up to me and was like, well, she didn't just randomly come up to me. I think she was working near me, and she says like, you should be a healer. And I've had someone tell me that I've got a strong aura before. So, but yeah, I've never, again, like I said yesterday, I'm not really, like my Claire abilities, strengths aren't really to do with sight. Trust that woman. Yeah. She does seem very trustworthy as well. But yeah, I'm not very strong with sight and hearing. It's more knowing and feeling is what my strengths are. All right, I'm gonna have to check my docs because I need to remember what I want to quickly talk about here. God, what was happening? So I'm having to live stream on. Now I'm using my sister's laptop because yesterday the screen was going weird, which has stopped today. But there's something wrong with my laptop because I tried doing the stream on my laptop, and the thing kept chopping, like the screen kept chopping again. So I think it's the laptop, but that was very strange. Like Abby, I put on a ghost box because the screen started going weird, and I heard the name Malthus come through, which was interesting. All right, where's my Google Docs? Drive.google. All right, I've written quite a lot of pages. Ah, there we go. Oh, fuck's sake. I think I saved it somewhere else. I redid the physical bit in a different file. Crap. But I did cover most of it, to be fair. And I covered most of it quickly. For the most part, this was the most important part. So if you did miss that bit, where I was talking about realigning the spine, finding out which vertebrae are out of place and stuff like that, and how to fix the upper part of the spine and the lower part. The neck part, you need to basically get your chin, work on getting your chin to your chest. Healers instinctively. Do you think you know your aura color? No, I think my aura currently fluctuates, to be honest. I don't know. My moods fluctuate a lot lately. I don't know if it's because I'm dealing with quite a bit. Like I'm doing the part-time thing. I've now got 2 kittens. My Etsy store. I'm building a website. I'm writing something. Like I'm doing so much. Like I'm kind of I'm overloading myself again, but not like ritually. I'm just overloading myself with stuff to do. Your mind goes from yellow to pink to peach to red all the time. Yeah, I feel like I've been in a bit of a kind of a red aura mood lately. Like I've been very focused on basic survival things that I've been kind of in the root chakra a lot. I feel like what energy you're in, your aura tends to kind of fluctuate to. Like it's the energy field that's predominantly, but it's chakra that's predominantly working is causing the aura to have that energy. I find I don't really delve a lot into auras, to be honest. I used to when I was in like my starseed phase. Like I would read a lot about like different layers of the aura, and stuff like that, like the different layers of the chakras. I used to read a lot and like listen to a lot of videos on that sort of thing when I was in my starseed phase, but I've kind of not forgotten all of it, but a lot of it's all kind of gone away. Now that I've kind of dived heavily into kind of witchcraft instead of the love and light spirituality sort of thing. But yeah, I was reading loads about auras when I was into kind of love and light spirituality. But then I kind of died off it when I got into witchcraft because I then started to. I did find like EA coercing and stuff like that. A lot of people that were related to Baug, and a lot of them were talking about like removing chakras. And I found that you can't really remove the chakras; it's more unifying the chakras and crystallizing the auric field. Like unifying the chakras essentially creates a one aura. and a unified crystallized aura, which is synonymous with my sigil, which is why it's like that. It's all about that sigil that I have on like a lot of my new videos and stuff on my website is all about unifying and becoming a crystallized soul, essentially a balanced crystallized soul. I'm still interested a little in auras for some reason. I never really got into love and light thing though. I've pretty much always been a dark left. Yeah, the only reason I got into kind of love and light spirituality was because of when I turned vegan. I don't have a unified energy center at the moment. That's my goal, and that is why I got channeled that sigil. That sigil enables you to bring about having a unified energy center. I've the good person to watch regard on unifying the energy center though is Curtis Joseph. He talks a lot about unifying the chakras. Yeah, I think you mentioned you're vegan too. I think so. Yeah, I have you on Instagram, don't I? Yeah, when I became vegan through Ralph Smart. I don't know if you know him. He's kind of popular on YouTube. He's got like over 1 million subscribers and stuff like that. He got popular through talking about like veganism, the third eye, chakras, the government, conspiracy theories and stuff like that. And I kind of came into spirituality through him, and that's what got me vegan. But that got me into love and light spirituality, which I found was very detrimental because it just did a lot of lies in it. Like that dude in particular, Ralph Smart, did something weird. Like once I started to become really in tune with myself, I was able to read him. I was like, this dude's dodgy. There's something sketchy going on with like him and Teal Swan and stuff like that. And then, yeah, apparently Teal Swan works for the government. Yeah, there's some weird things going on with love and light spirituality. And there's some theories that say spirituality is like being hijacked by the government to kind of fuck people up. I've even read some stuff about a group of love and lighters that listened to their leader and drank like some fucking, I don't know, toilet cleaner or some shit, and died because their love and light leader told them to. Yeah, like a whole cult of them. And there's even fucking one guy called Elegio Bishop or Nature Boy on YouTube, Carbon Nation. They originally were love and light spiritual vegans, and then they stopped being vegan, and then they turned to Islam, well, kind of turned to Islam, and then the main dude, everyone that was in the cult that lived with him thought he was fucking God. Like literally, like they begged, they let the dude slap the bitch. Like they let him, dudes as well. There's dudes that let this guy do it. They let him slap him around, and they're like, "You God." They're so brainwashed. It's crazy. Like I'm not joking. Like you can check on YouTube. There's still videos about him. If you type in Carbon Nation and what happened, I think he got arrested. I don't know if he's come out. But yeah, there's some crazy shit going on with love and light spirituality. I feel many occultist vampires are too magnetic and reside at their essential point in the root and solar space. But you also have the heart, and sacral. The heart is more electrical current. Yeah, I do find the heart is what pumps and charges that electricity. So every time our heart beats, we release an EMP, basically. It's like boom, boom, EMP goes, boom, boom. Yeah, Allegio Bishop, if I want to check out, that's some crazy shit from Love and Light Spirituality. Literally, there's videos of him like full on douche slapping people, and they're like still treating him like he's God. It's nuts. But that's the dangers and potential power of freaking like occult and spirituality. Like this stuff is what the governments use to manipulate people. Like legit, this is what they use to manipulate people. They use the spell work. They use the broadcasting to cast spells on people on a broad scale, with the television and all that shit. Oh, left-hand path is definitely an exception. Left-hand path is, although it's not, I would find it's not actually the worst. As crazy as that sounds, like I've read worse stories from like right-hand path, love and light, than left-hand path, even though the EA thing isn't that great, and there's some other stuff. I forgot people's names. But yeah, there's there's some weird cult leaders, and yeah. But you'll find a lot of the left-hand path people are more down to earth than right and left. Like a lot of the right hand path or love and lighters, I find they're very egotistical, and they think they know everything half the time. All right, so there are some. I can talk about some of the exercises, the stretch exercises. I talked about the planes of movement exercises with the body, but there are certain yoga positions that are also beneficial for aligning the spine, and working with particular chakras. So the yoga positions work those energy centers, and those energy areas. I just need to get the list up. I have it as like a YouTube playlist, which I might want to like share with people actually. But it's a private playlist. This one. So I can kind of show you some of them, and I'm going to draw some of them out because it's kind of better for me to draw them out. It kind of give you a good idea of where your body would be positioned. So there's your foot, leg. Most people know these. The half of these are even exercises. Do you have your ghost whisper on? No. My phone has like no battery, unfortunately. My phone's been weird and like it doesn't like charging. Can I use this to charge my phone? It's a Mac charger, but it looks like it's a USB-C. Apparently not. No, unfortunately, yeah, my phone is being really weird today. Like I had 50% battery about 2 hours ago. And I was getting cat food. I needed to make a call. I made the call, it rang, and then my phone died. And now it's dead, nearly dead. It's not dead, but it's like dead battery. So unfortunately I can't stick that on tonight because my charger is also really shit. I have to basically plug it into a computer. No, I need to like wiggle the freaking cable. Yeah, it's so crap. I need a new phone. All right. Those positions. What was I doing? That one. So glute bridge is one of them. That's going to work with your root chakra. Glute bridge is an exercise that I'm guessing you to know, since it's a typical, well, I don't even like calling it a girl exercise because it's actually more functional for a dude to work your glutes. But it's a glute exercise. So what I mean by glutes is an ass exercise. So a glute bridge, you know, when you're laying on your back and you squeeze your butt and you push your hips into the air. That's a yoga position to work with the root chakra. It's actually a yoga position. It's not a physical exercise. It's traditionally a yoga position. The next one is the sacral. Is again a very simple thing. It's a lower spine flex. It's kind of, I can actually kind of show you that one. You're literally, well, you sit down and you flex your spine like that. Literally it. And you do breathing exercises. So you breathe in, you're just flexing your spine. That's working your sacral, believe it or not. Wait, where is it gone? So the solar plexus is known as Lil Durk. You the real Lil Durk? Who is Lil Durk anyway? I've just heard it as a name. Oh yeah. The third one is the bow. I can't really show you this right now, so I'm going to draw it out. Or might even, yeah, I'll draw it out. You're gonna be holding your legs towards your head, as strange as it sounds. Your worst nightmare, drop the addy. I don't get it. Draw. Bow. Okay. That's your foot, pelvis, belly, head. Oh geez, I just ruined it. Head. And again, you've probably done these before. I'm finna slide photo. We're finna pull up the sticks. What the fuck? I'm guessing you're a spammer. Pull up with sticks, long sticks. Pull up with long sticks, bro. Jeez, more spam. What is up with spam? Freaking hell. Like, I've barely got any fucking subscribers, bro. Like, why are they jumping on here? Can I just remove all of this shit? Hide user on this channel. Okay. Oh, dope. I just delete them all. For control, yeah. Get them all the time. Oh yeah, you've been streaming lately, haven't you? I haven't caught any. I saw you do the tester, and then I haven't seen any notifications. Have I got notifications on your YouTube? Oh, that's bloody why. No, I do. What? That's weird. I'll just stick them all on then. It said the notifications were on. So I was getting ones about like the trial like live streams, but yeah. Where was I? The boat. Little Dirk got me freaking confused. The boat. What was he holding it? So, this is a pretty awful picture. Oh. So you've probably done that before, where you're laying on your belly and you grab both of your legs and you pull your legs to your head. This is for the solar plexus chakra. What's the next one? Playlist. All right, I believe the next one is a movement. I could probably link these. I might just link this playlist and unlock it and tag it in the video after. Just make it so much easier so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Yeah, because this is a movement one. But I can kind of show you it. So you'd essentially start like that. So you have to keep your hands up for this one to keep it working. If you keep your hands low, you're doing that again. So you're working your sacral chakra. So this one for the heart chakra, you keep your arms up, and then when you bring your arms in, you're gonna bend down. Okay, you're gonna feel like your kind of mid back starts pulling in. Okay, so up like that, and when you come forward, you bring your arms in. That's a yoga position for the heart chakra. Throat chakra is... Wait, where am I? Throat chakra is, again, I'm... Fucking hell. He's back. Freaking hell. I had a dream recently about Bilal, the solar plexus, the belly, umbilical, and vampirism. Do you know anything about the connection? Solar plexus, belly, umbilical, and vampirism. That I would have thought belly would be more... Belly umbilical would be more related to sacral, but then it's kind of in the middle of the sacral and solar plexus, I'd say. But there is something to do with vampirism and the belly umbilical, because you do target that area and the solar plexus area, or you can target that area with vampirism. So a lot of either astral vampires or kind of vampires in physical, where you can astrally vamp people. Well, it's not physically, you can do it from a distance, but you would typically target that area. I'm not 100% sure why. I haven't read anything why, but my idea is that it's targeting your manifestation energy, so your ability to manifest. So you're taking the other person's ability to manifest to be able to use it yourself. And the maybe the umbilical part is that's where you were essentially given your nutrients as when you were a baby. Maybe I haven't read much on the belly umbilical, but the vampirism and the solar plexus. Vampirism is always targeting solar plexus. You can target other chakras, but it's typically targeting the solar plexus, so you can use manifestation energy for yourself. But that's just in theory. You can, in theory, target other ones. I haven't done vampirism targeting chakras. I got taught my own style of vampirism by Lucifer, which he calls black sun or black light, black hole vampirism. Essentially, he taught me to create a black hole in my mind's eye, like visualize a black hole. It's like, how the fuck do you visualize a black hole? Like, how do you visualize a black hole? Like, what do you think of? What do you visualize as when you visualize a black hole? And then what occurred was like, again, a dark. So it was dark, and then it just got, there was like a darker circle, and it was like it had like a shining, a kind of glowing outside. It was kind of like, I don't know, like an external edge was kind of slightly shimmering silver. And yeah, he essentially taught me to focus on my target and pull my target's energy into the black hole. Kinesology. Isn't that like kinesthetic magic? I need to Google kinesology because, not gonna lie, I don't even have a freaking clue what that word means. Kinesology. Ah, science stuff. Yes, I do, but I don't know what the word freaking meant. Kinesology, movement, the study of, is a scientific study of human body movement. So yeah, I do. I am an ex-personal trainer, so I kind of know how the human body functions in it, and how to make it function in its most proper way. Cybernetics. No, I don't know much about I know stuff about electronics. I can build computers. What was I talking about now? Where was I? I was on the chakras, wasn't I? But I was just responding to Ayla's thing. Okay, let's get back to where I was. The fifth chakra is actually a very simple, like, exercise. It's shoulder circles. Crazy enough, but with your hands here. You might have done this if you have done Kundalini Yoga before. You might have put your hands here before. Sometimes you do this as well. I think it's this. But yeah, you basically, throat chakra, yoga work is circles. Yep. It's that simple. But again, all of these exercises will help align the spine as well. Sixth chakra is the Venus lock. So hands like that and up. And then you kind of do your meditation breathing. All of these, you want to breathe in and out as you're doing them. Typically, you want to breathe in when you're about to exert energy and breathe out when you're exerting energy. All right, I'm going to quickly finish the last one. So the crown chakra one, which is this one. I need to excuse the light, but I need to put my head down. You hold your hands like that, and you basically begin meditating. All right, don't chat Spanish. Sounds like an incredible dream. That's how I visualize dark moon and crone energy. Interesting. I never actually tried visualizing dark moon and crone energy. Whenever I work with moon energy, I try to look at the actual moon. I've never actually tried visualizing the moon, to be fair. But yeah, it was very interesting because I was basically what happened is, I don't even mind saying this, I was, you could say, physically used. Let's just keep it at that, by a woman. And I wanted my energy back. So yeah, it was like, look, visualize this, think of the person and focus on pulling their energy into this black hole. And then, oh yeah, I didn't even finish what I was saying. And I guess what the fuck he told me to do after. Once all of that energy has gone into the black hole, he says, grab it and eat it. I was like, what the so I grabbed it and like ate it. I just shoved it into my mouth, and I just felt like energized. I just went, whoom. Like I just felt big. Like I just went, Like I felt perky. Felt very perky. It was weird. I'm a kinesologist in New York. Yeah, I need to start researching it a bit more. But yeah, I need to. The fact that it's a Greek word is interesting. Kinesis, yeah. So kinetic. Oh yeah, we can talk about kinetic magic. Might as well. So kinetic magic is what I call physical incantations. So I spoke about 3 pillars yesterday. So like meditation, which leads to remote viewing, which leads to astral projection, invocation and evocation, and then the last one I call incantations. Let's make sure I'm being correct. What I'm saying, yeah, meditation. Oh no, freaking out. Meditation, divination, and incantation. People like to use the incantation. Well, people like to put evocation and invocation where I place incantation. You can, but you use incantations to perform evocation and invocation. And incantations come either physically through mudras. A mudra is a physical incantation, or verbally. Again, yeah, 2 specific methods. I might even talk about this whole paragraph chapter of what that bit is. And we'll talk about that another time because that's the whole, probably another live stream. I also have to head out in a bit too, actually, to be fair. I need to eat dinner as well. So I'm probably going to cut this off in about 15. I was calming my dogs down for barking. I pictured a dark hole because of banishing dumb things. Yeah, I think that is kind of what he told he was getting me to do as well, because I wasn't really banishing it, but that is kind of akin to having something you don't want and removing it. I could have done it without eating it. I could have like thrown it away. But yeah, that is a good way of doing it. Thank you, Abby. What reason do you visualize that? Oh, the dark moon. I would check out, if you're still here, Ayla, check out Abby's channel. Abby has a pretty decent channel. She has 414. I just was on her page. I think like 414 subs, and does some pretty decent videos. Has doing some live streams as well lately. But yeah, definitely check her out. Right, I'm gonna have a smoke quickly. Yeah. The as well, I've already spoken about it. The physical incantations, I'll talk about that because it's related to what I've spoken about earlier, and the nervous system and how you need to be functional to be able to send your electrical signals properly. So things like mudras, like this position, this position, this position, this position, this position with 2 fingers, these all start sending a particular signal around your body. Okay, this signal is a key. Like I mentioned yesterday, this key is very akin to, I'm gonna have to draw this out, to the Tree of Life phone number dial. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, that's your dial pad, your phone dial pad. And I'm not trying to draw the Tree of Life. I'm trying to draw your phone dial pad. You can get your phone out, get your dial pad out, remove the X and hashtag, and you have the Tree of Life. So the physical incantations, again, are like keys to activate certain dialing code. Okay. In combination with mantras that basically supercharge these incantations, these physical incantations. So that's why you apply specific mudras and mantras together. Now, there are better ways of applying mudras because every part of the hand correlates to like different planets, constellations. I mean, every part of your body as well. But different parts of your hands correlate to, again, different constellations, different planets, different elements, different minerals. Okay. And using your hand for mudras can be done more effectively when you actually use the whole hand. So actually using the palm, using both hands together. So let's take, I can't remember some of these, but I definitely recommend checking out a book that's in my bag. I'll go get it in a moment. It's called Liber Die by Baron and Baroness Aragni. They do speak on utilizing different areas of the hand in combination with different mudras, and using different fingers in combination with the other hand. So using this hand to project energy towards this hand to then create a new mudra. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff in their work. Very good because I'll go get the book. Give me 1 sec. All right. Sorry about that. This is Liber Die by Baron and Baroness Aragni. If I can get to this page quickly, I will quickly speak about what they mentioned about the mudras and stuff like that. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it quickly. No, I'll speak of it on another video. I'll find that for another video. But they do speak on planetary alignments with your fingers and stuff like that. But yeah, using mudras can be used as physical incantations. So if you didn't want to be loud with your like witchcraft, if you kind of needed to be a closet witch, Learning about mudras is very powerful. Doing kinetic magic, learning about kinetic magic and body positions is very powerful. There's also another book that's good on teaching stuff about body positions and kinetic magic. You'll also find a lot of, in Western occultism, you'll have a lot of physical incantations. These are things like sword mudra, using the sword mudra in an ALBRB. When you activate the pentagrams and casting the pentagrams with your wand, again, all mudras. It's all kinetic magic. This is a dope book. Yeah, all of that, like even doing the praising to the cardinal. Some people, you don't have to do this, the praise to the cardinal directions. A lot of fairly Golden Dawn or / traditional witchcraft. But there's a lot in, there's a lot you can do with the physical body to enact magical practices. Like, again, yoga movements, doing yoga movements in ritual. I've doing certain asanas for meditations enables Kundalini energy to flow easier. It is more dangerous. It's called the Siddha Asana. You essentially force your perineum to be activated constantly. So as a little ender on how an efficient way to raise the Kundalini, the people don't even speak about, is activating the perineum. Okay. Most people don't even activate their perineum when they're meditating. Your perineum is your fleshy part in between your genitals and your anus. The fleshy part in between there, you need to activate during meditation. If you can keep that activated during meditation, you'll find yourself getting aroused. Okay. You need to control this. Once you can control this, you'll find the Kundalini starts to go up your spine. Okay. If you can control your sexual urges down there, it starts to raise up. Okay. So that can be done with the Siddha Asana. I have a video on that. I'm not sure if it's titled that. Just go into my meditation playlist. It will be in there. And yeah, activating the perineum just by consciously focus on tensing that area is what you can do. But yeah, I'm going to keep this live stream short because I do need to go eat for tonight. I'm not sure if anyone is still here. No one is here anyway. Anyway, I'll leave that here for today. For those that do watch it at a later date, thank you for watching. Oh, Ayla, you are here. Why doesn't it say you're not here? What? My participants thing is weird. Okay. Yeah, that is weird. But yeah, I need to go. Yeah, I need to eat. Well, I need to think of something to eat because, to be fair, I don't have much food yet. I need to go shopping. But yeah, peace out. Hope to see you next time. I'm not sure if we'll be streaming tomorrow. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. But yeah, thank you for watching all. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you next time. Peace out.